for the live stream. Good evening. Welcome. A couple more folks coming in. Good evening. Come on in. We are delighted that you're here tonight, and delighted especially that Mirabai Harrington is here with her friend Kaylee. Lolita, is that right?
Yes. Ready.
Wow, the gray matter still works a little bit. And we are, many of you know, we've had a lot of work done on our facilities this summer, and we're having a special celebration next Sunday morning to rededicate our facilities. Hi, Paula. So some of you just walked through our new door, which came this week, which we're very excited about. If you're new here and you need to know where the restroom is, they're straight down the hall. You'll see the doors on your left. And a couple more folks coming in. So it's been a few years. It's been since 2019, pre-pandemic, that Lee has been here last. This is her third time, I think, with us, and really delighted to welcome you back. And I'll let you kind of introduce what you want to do tonight.
Sure, thank you.
Thanks so much.
So thank you for coming out in the rain or the drizzle. We're going to sing a few chants from the Tibetan Buddhist and Sowa Rigpa tradition. Sowa Rigpa is Tibetan medicine, and there's actually, in Sowa Rigpa, there's a branch of medicine, spiritual healing, and mantra healing falls within that category. So we'll be singing one Tibetan medical mantra, which I'll talk about when we get to that point. And I thought, given what's happening in the world right now with wars escalating, that we would spend time chanting pacifying mantras. And I'm thinking of many things. So my mind is like, okay, what thing do you want to say first? So the first thing I want to say is one of my teachers, Ram Dass, always used to say, the best thing I can do for you is work on myself, and the best thing that others can do for me is to work on themselves. And I feel that the practice of mantra recitation or kirtan is a really beneficial way to, as Ram Dass would say, work on ourselves. From the Tibetan Buddhist tradition, we consider that chanting of mantra purifies what we call our speech, so how we use our words, our voices. And thinking in terms of the wars in various parts of the world that are taking place, in the Tibetan Buddhist tradition, we have this concept of no self separate from the all. Very often you hear simply no self, which if you're new to that concept can be kind of freaky. And so, but if we think of like no self separate from the all, we're turning our minds into this concept, or you can even consider it the absolute truth of interdependence and interconnectivity. So we'll spend some time chanting for all beings, and we can even turn our minds directly to those areas that are afflicted by war and suffering. And the Dalai Lama always very famously says, if there's one being on this earth who is suffering, we're all suffering. And I don't mean that to sound like a downer. It's also more that if one being is experiencing the expansive quality of joy, then all beings, at a very, very subtle level, we also expand out into joy. So another thing that I wanted to say is that one of my teachers is always asking us to, in these times of war, to really look at our own internal wars, right? Our internal conflicts. And again, this is not to be a downer or to start to judge ourselves. It's very easy, I think, as Westerners, raised in certain ways, to immediately go into blame or shame or guilt or judgment. But in the Buddhist tradition, we feel it's very beneficial to look at our inner realities and our outer realities with absolute honesty and also with equanimity, without judgment. That allows the energy to stay in motion. If we start to judge ourselves, if we start to judge the internal conflicts, then they're going to, I'm just going to use the metaphor, solidify to a certain extent. So I was thinking, driving up here, the beautiful Unity, I'll call it the theme song, let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me. So that's what I'm talking about here, is that if we can pacify and purify our own inner wars, our own inner conflicts, to a certain extent, at subtle levels, we're helping to lift the entire realm energetically a bit more beyond the vibration of war. Does that make sense? Okay. It's hard to put these things into words sometimes. So we can start by turning our minds. We've already turned our minds to this concept of interconnectivity. Again, you can see it as a concept, or you can see it as an absolute truth. In Tibetan medicine, we feel that truth activates the healing state, like being able to access an absolute truth. Compassion is the healing state. And also to perceive our inner and outer obstacles with equanimity is also to activate the healing state. So using our minds in these skillful ways, we can turn our minds to all of the realms, all of the countries and regions, as I said, that are being afflicted with war or violence or poverty or oppression or injustice, whatever it is. It's kind of bringing all beings into our minds and hearts, and then cultivating the sincere desire that all beings be free from suffering. And I'm going to quote Ram Dass again, because I was listening. He's got a really wonderful podcast, Be Here Now, full of gems. One I was listening to the other day, talking about how, I just lost my train of thought. Okay, it'll come back to me. So also using our minds skillfully, cultivating the sincere desire that all beings be free from suffering. And here it is. Ram Dass points out that, so again, the Buddhist concept, you may have heard that one of the four noble truths is life is suffering. And one of my teachers, actually, Kaylee knows him as well, Bob Thurman, Dr. Robert Thurman, offers the translation, in life there is suffering. So again, it's not so much a downer, but just acknowledging that we live in this realm that does contain suffering. And yet, and here's back to Ram Dass, we do everything we can to help liberate all beings from suffering. So we can help through chanting. We can help through, the first chant that we're going to sing together is Om Mani Padme Hum. This is, as a devotional mantra, it's the mantra of the Bodhisattva of Compassion, Avalokiteshvara, also known as Chenrezig. And each of the syllables, Om Mani Padme Hum, has the capacity to purify what we call our kleshas, or mental afflictions of jealousy, hatred, anger, greed, attachment, ignorance, etc., laziness. And so the more we chant this mantra, the more we're purifying our own mental afflictions, our own inner conflicts. And then at the end of our time together tonight, we will practice something called dedicating the merit. So again, it's very easy to feel during times like this when you're driving up here listening to NBR and just hearing hospitals getting bombed and that sort of thing. We can feel helpless. We can feel that there's nothing we can do, and yet at this subtle level, at this heart level, we can hold this desire that all beings be free from suffering and send energy, send this vibration of loving compassion to our friends overseas. So again, cultivating the sincere desire for all beings to be free from suffering. And then also, if you'd like, and I'm talking right now so that we're turning our mind toward the Dharma, we're turning our mind toward the Guru, we're turning our mind toward these absolute truths. And that helps prepare us to chant. So if you're wishing I would stop talking and start singing, this is part of that. So if you have a master or a guru or a wisdom being that you like to turn to as a source of strength and guidance, love, loving kindness, compassion, healing. So whether this is the Christ or the Mother or Buddha or Krishna, Shiva, totem animal, guardian angel, well ancestor. These are all various forms, various emanations of the divine. So turning our minds toward the Guru, toward the Master. You can even imagine a ball of white light above the crown of our heads. So we're using our minds in this skillful way and just imagining that we're placing above the crown of our heads this divine emanation, this protective force. You can even imagine Chenrezig, Bodhisattva of compassion. Again, this mantra not only purifies all of our mental afflictions, but it's awakening our true nature, which is compassion. So in the Buddhist tradition, we feel that our true nature is good, basic human goodness. We can call it Buddha nature. We can call it bliss. So it's not a system of original sin. And I'm not presenting dogma here. I'm just sharing a different perspective. So this mantra helps to uncover our true nature of bliss, our true nature of compassion. And I invite you to close your eyes. This isn't a performance per se, so I won't be doing anything that you need to watch or see. And closing our eyes also helps us to feel the internal experience of chanting the mantra. When we chant these mantras, and I know I said I wouldn't talk too much, but the tongue is hitting certain meridian points on the upper palate. So I always like to use this analogy of unlocking like the keypad. So this mantra of compassion is unlocking the using the keypad to again unlock our access to our own compassion. So I'm going to sing an invocation with a melody written by the 17th Karmapa, who is considered to be a current human incarnation of Chenrezig. And then we'll enter into the call and response. And I want to thank my friend Kaylee for being here with me. And you can also thank yourselves for cultivating the desire and the ability and the means to come to places like Unity Church and practice chanting, practice kirtan. Om Mani Padme Om Mani Padme So you can imagine we're calling in the healing vibrations of Chenrezig. Om Mani Padme Om Mani Padme And if you know this, you can chant along. Otherwise, we'll do call and response. Om Mani Padme Om Om Mani Padme 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 Om Om Mani Padme Om Om Mani Padme Om 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 Mani Padme Om Mani Padme Om Om Mani Padme Om That's you. Om Mani Padme Om Om Mani Padme Om Om Mani Padme Om Om Mani Padme Om Om Mani me om. Om mani padme hum. 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 Mani padme hum. Om mani padme hum. Om mani padme hum. Om mani padme hum. Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 So think of this white light or guru emanation above the crown of the head. And just imagine that white light is streaming down from Chenrezig or from the Christ or from the Mother or from Krishna, pouring down from their heart, entering into your crown chakra, filling your entire system, your entire aura with this healing white light. And imagine that we're aligning our vibrations with the Bodhisattva of Chenrezig. We're using this mantra to become Bodhisattvas of compassion. So this white light comes pouring down. I always use the analogy of a French press, coming down through the crown, purifying all mental afflictions, all inner conflicts, all obstacles and obscurations, all fixations and addictions, all judgment, all disease, all excess inner fire. So closing your eyes. And we're using our minds in this skillful way. We're using our imaginations. In Tibetan medicine, we say we can use the mind to heal the mind. We can use the mind to heal the body. So you're just imagining this guru emanation above the crown of your head, and you're receiving this healing light, running it through your system while we chant the mantra. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 Now imagine this white light exits out through your heart chakra. So we're transforming ourselves into beings of great compassion. And now we're beaming this compassion out to all beings. So we can think of Israel and Palestine and Russia and Ukraine. We think of all beings, even the perpetrators. We want the perpetrators to be free from suffering so that they don't act in ways that cause destruction, that cause war. So we're using our hearts and our imagination and this mantra to send waves of compassion out to the world. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. We can all chant together in unison. Mani Padme Hum, Om 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 Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum, Om 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 Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum, Om 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 Mani Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Mani Padme Hum, Om 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 Mani Padme Hum. So these bodhisattvas achieve great levels of awakening, free from this cycle of samsara, of rebirth. And they make vows to continue to return to these realms of suffering until all beings are free. So sometimes we question, why are we here? This is a really hard time to be a human. I don't want to do this anymore. It's too hard. So maybe consider that you are here because you were needed, and that maybe you also returned to help liberate all beings from suffering. So within the context of Chenrezig sadhana, we would dissolve the Guru into us. Almost as though, I like to imagine this white light traveling down again through the crown and landing at the heart chakra and then condensing into this little pearl of light. Kind of as a reminder that, we always carry this seed of compassion within us. And then actually informally in the practice, we dissolve ourselves into light as well, into emptiness. But what I wanted to say is that there's a dedication prayer that says, through this merit, may we become Chenrezig. May we become that bodhisattva of compassion. And in doing so, may we establish all beings in that state. And so the way I like to interpret that is, we chant these mantras, and at very, very subtle levels, because of the nature of mantra, the power of mantra, we do transform ourselves at a vibratory level. And then we do have the capacity to benefit others just through our vibration. So you can trust that even we've chanted this together for a short amount of time, that at very, very subtle levels, a change has taken place that other people will feel or sense. Sometimes it's very obvious, and sometimes it's more subtle. But I just want to invite you to have confidence in these mantras, in any mantra, as having the capacity to, at subtle levels, start to change our nature. Does that make sense? So next we're going to chant a mantra, the happy heart mantra.
It's toward the end of the month. Skip down.
There we go. So this is a Rigpa mantra from Tibetan medicine. And it's used for heart ailments, physical heart, but also emotional heart. Even in Tibetan medicine, we recognize an association. So for grief, this mantra is helps to loosen up the. I'm going to use the word particles for some reason. Like the particles of grief are just allowed to move on, through the power of this mantra. So the pronunciation is a, chitta, sukha, sam. A has many meanings, but we can, in this context, say that it's applying to past and future. And Chitta Sukha can translate as happy heart, our heart bliss. And so we're just cultivating a happy, healthy heart in past, present, and future. When I try to define these mantras, it sounds very simplistic. And one of my teachers always says that these mantras have meanings really beyond what the human mind can conceive, and I'm very content with that. Very content with not really getting into the nitty-gritty. But again, we can do this with our eyes closed. If you'd like to, this is not a formal mudra. This is just an informal left hand and then right hand on top of the heart to really activate the heart chakra. And again, we can cultivate the aspiration to liberate ourselves from grief and from the causes and effects of suffering, and also adding motivation to that so that we can help liberate all beings from suffering and grief. And of course, there's been so much in the last, starting in 2016, really just so much to grieve. So I feel like this is a very beneficial mantra. This is a new melody for me. I'm planning on recording this in November, actually, and just wrote the melody in August. So if I make mistakes on the keyboard, forgive me. I couldn't find my sheet music, so this is off the top of my very old head. Yes, yeah. So again, if you can close your eyes, I know that this is very unfamiliar to most people. This is not a well-known mantra, certainly not in this country. So, but if you feel comfortable, just occasionally closing your eyes and really just tuning into the heart and the shared heart. sharing our hearts with the gurus and with everybody. So for the first part, you can close your eyes and listen and take this in and use this as an opportunity to receive, because I think a lot of us have to cultivate receptivity. And then we'll sing call and response, so we can also give. Chitta Sukha Sam Sam Chitta Sukha Sam Sam Chitta Sukha Sam Sam Chitta Sukha Sam Sam. You can think of children. Chitta Sukha Sam Sam. All the confused children. Chitta Sukha Sam Sam. 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 Do that. Chitta Sukha Sam Sam. Chitta Sukha Sam Sam. Try that. Chitta Sukha Sam Sam. 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 So we'll try the whole pattern. Chitta Sukha Sam Sam. Chitta Sukha Sam Sam. Chitta Sukha Sam Sam. sukha samsam. Ajita 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 sukha samsam. So we hear my teacher's voice saying, everybody smile. That will enhance the effects of the mantra. So even if it's really hard to smile, you can just imagine that you're smiling for someone else. I'm figuring it out. Okay. Ajita sukha samsam. 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 Chitta 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 Sukha Samsam. So again, imagine your teacher or your guru in front of you. Or simply a ball of light. And from the heart chakra of your master, this beautiful white light beams straight into your heart and into your heart chakra. It's as though we're receiving an empowerment or a blessing. And again, we're just using our minds and are imagining that we are aligning our hearts with the heart of God, the heart of the Buddha, the heart of the Christ. So we're using this to strengthen our hearts, to strengthen our capacity to face suffering and meet it with compassion. Chitta Sukha Samsam. Chitta Sukha Samsam. I like it when you sing with me. So we'll just do a short very powerful Tara mantra. So Om Tare, Tutare, Ture, Swaha. Salutations to Tare, the swift one. She's a divine mother. She's called the swift one because the moment we think of her either as an emanation or as a quality, she liberates from suffering very swiftly. Om Tare, Tutare, the Tara who removes all obstacles, Tutare, and Ture, the Tara who bestows benefits. There are considered to be 21 emanations of Tara, some of them very peaceful, some of them wrathful or fierce. kind of mama bear. That's how I would define wrathful. Just like, get the big bear paw and just stop starting wars. So it's compassion, fierce compassion, and some are semi-wrathful. So we can again call upon the Great Mother in this emanation of green Tara to swiftly purify the minds of all those who are so caught in their own anger and ignorance. And I don't say ignorance, in this country, ignorant can be an insult. But this just means when we don't have access to the absolute truths, when we don't know any better, that's ignorance. So we call upon the Divine Mother, the Mama Bear, to, again, remove these mental afflictions of anger and greed and revenge and the desire to kill, to harm others. This Tara, she's a superpower, superhero, heroine. So you might feel, as we chant this, you might feel this energy of swiftness and this feeling of just, it's to me, it's very righteous quality. So again, we can call upon this emanation, this energy of divine feminine principle, Divine Mother, and just ask her to show all her children how to behave. We'll put it like that. Jai Ma. So you can just repeat after me. Om Tare, Sutare, Ture, Swaha. Om Tare, Tutare. Also transforming ourselves into Tara. Om Tare, Tu Tare, Tu Re, Swa. Om Tare, swaha. Om Tare Tu Re 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 Swaha. Tare Tu Re Swaha. Om Tare Tu Re Swaha. Tu Re Swaha. Om Tare 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 Tu Swaha. bring to mind all the people who are caught in fear or uncertainty of being displaced, evacuated, or all the children who are confused and they feel this fear but they don't really know what's going on. So using our minds and our hearts, we can just call upon Tara and ask her to enter into the minds and hearts of all those who are frightened or who are afraid to sleep, and just bring some peace, some ease, some swift liberation. So we're using our minds skillfully, and we're directing our loving compassion toward anyone who might need it. And the great ones know, the masters know where this energy can be most helpful. Om Tare Tu Tare Tu This is grace. Om Tare, oh, Tu Tare, Tu So one more. Again, cultivating this sincere desire, this attitude that all beings be free from suffering. And perhaps even cultivating a resolve that we will do all we can to quell all inner and outer obstacles. Chant Om Shanti a few times. We don't have lyrics for this. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. And we'll just do a short loka, samasta, changing the order of things here. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Again, you can have confidence that through the practice of this mantra, especially when doing the full Green Tara sadhana, that you're gradually taking on the qualities of Tara. We're transforming ourselves into Divine Mothers with the capacity to swiftly liberate all from suffering. One thing I forgot to mention is I find that with the Tara mantra, it often raises the body temperature. You might find yourself sweating. That to me is a sign of purification, that we're releasing some of our stuff. Because that's what Tara does. That's what the mother does. So, giving thanks to Unity Church, Roger, and giving thanks to Kaylee, who sings and plays so beautifully and is such a sweet person. She's a Capital Region yogi, and is it okay to call you a scholar? I think of you as yeah, she's a scholar, and she's a teacher of yoga in a very authentic way.
I'm trying to be a scholar, but I don't know if it's working.
Giving thanks to our gurus, our compassionate, all-loving emanations who came into this space to support us. Giving thanks to ourselves, to part of our minds that brings us out on rainy Sunday nights to sit in this beautiful space and pray for the benefit of all beings. See, our minds can be useful sometimes.
We have an offering statement, so I want to say that together, and then I'll just leave this basket in the aisle, and you can leave a donation. But I also want to thank some friends from our local Buddhist communities, from the Shambhala Center, and two friends back here from one of our Buddhist. Welcome, very lovely to have you with us tonight. Thank you for attending. And big thanks to Lee for this wonderful time together. So grateful.
It's an honor. It's an honor.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
To you all. So let's say together our offering statement together. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. We are blessed to know that Spirit is our source. Thank you, Father, Mother, God, and so it is. Amen. Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste. If anyone wants to keep in touch, I brought cards, old-fashioned cards. And I'm not really on social media, although I have Facebook and Instagram and all of those things. And Kaylee does too. Huh?
Yeah, everyone. For having me. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Yeah, it sounded really nice. It's an extra bonus.
Thanks for inviting me on.